In this screencast, we're going to talk about how to create screen tutorials, or how to create essentially the videos you've been watching in here. There's a couple steps, and it's a little bit of a process, and inevitably there'll be some adjustments you'll have to make depending on your computer and what works best. But it really, hopefully with this bit of direction and guidance, is a simple process that can truly enhance a course. I mean, to be able to record what's on your screen, and as long as you have a microphone plugged in, record voice with it, you could work through problems, you could go through readings and dissect and analyze, you could talk about issues and topics. So it's a nice way to be able to convey another layer of instructional method to the student. And the service I use, it's a freeware, and it's an open source. It's called CamStudio. I'm doing this on a PC, so Mac users, it should be compatible with it being open source and freeware, but I have to tell you, everything I'm instructing on right now or showing you would be done or settings for a PC. But if you come up, and let me show you the web address. If you go to camstudio.org, notice there's no www. Okay, so don't get caught up with that. Or if you just even Google search CamStudio, it should bring you into this page, and this should be right there at the top, the CamStudio open source. This CamStudio, that's something you actually have to pay for. Scroll down here to the the freeware. Just download links. Okay, about halfway down the page. All right, and you see right here CamStudio, the CamStudio 20.exe. Okay, go ahead and click on that. Now a window is going to pop up, and it's going to give you a few options. I would suggest saving it, and I would just save it to your desktop. You could go ahead and just run it right now, but I like to save it and then back it up so I have it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. If I click save, I'm going to choose where I want to save it. I'm going to save it to the desktop. All right, and the file name is going to show up as CamStudio 20. I'm not actually going to do that because I already have it, but that's what you would want to do. So I'm going to hit cancel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this screen and show you my desktop here. So if you notice, there's a little folder right here that says CamStudio. That's what you'll look for. That's what you'll find is you'll have a folder. It'll probably be zipped, all right, which means that if you right click on it, you'll be able to say extract all or unzip depending on whatever program you have, assuming you have that in your software. If not, you'd have to go to the internet and get a freeware or a free service to unzip. So if you went to Microsoft.com and searched zip file, it would pop up and you could download it. Okay, but if you were to open that, get the folder unzipped and open it, what you want to scroll down to is the icons that look like this. Okay, and this one in particular, this is the recorder, and you're going to have to right click on it and hit run as. Okay, so that would run it. All right, and you can also then pull it out like I've done and add it to your desktop and have a little icon for it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. All right, that's the first step. Okay, the second step, to get a codec. Now a codec condenses the video so that it's not this huge file and takes up a ton of storage space. All right, if you don't compress it, okay, essentially it's a compressor. If you don't compress it, you wouldn't be able to upload it to Moodle or to YouTube. Essentially, you're not going to be able to upload the AVI file it creates directly from your desktop to Moodle. And the reason being is that Moodle has a max upload for a course, which is why all the videos you see or you've seen in the instructional methods or the instructional online training course, or they're linked through YouTube, because I upload them to YouTube, let their server host it, and then I link to it, because Moodle wouldn't be able to store it all. Eventually the files would be too large to take up too much space on Moodle. Long story short, you need to compress it. Okay, now there are three different kind of compressors I've used. I've used a Microsoft compressor, I've used DivX, capital D-I-V, capital X. All right, if you did a Google search for that, it'd be the first one at the top. All right, or CamStudio has one right here that goes with it. If I click on this, you get the same screen. I'm going to save it just because I like to do it. You could just run it, but I like to go ahead and save it. Same screen as before. Pick where you want to save it. Okay, then you'll go to the, assuming you save it to the desktop, you'll go to the desktop, right click, hit run as. All right, that'll get you. Now there's some other parts to this, that I'll show you in the next video, but that'll at least get you to the stage where you have it on your desktop. Okay, and then from there we'll talk about how to manipulate the settings that best fit. Alright, so you're gonna need a microphone or a webcam with a microphone to be able to do this. But I think this could really be truly a helpful way to instruct students, or just another format, something that's, not only do you give them the text or the discussion, the forums, but ability to watch video from time to time can really enhance and add a layer to the course. Alright, so the next video we'll talk more about doing the settings.